Okay, let's go now. Let's hit it, Mom. So we're about to walk over this overpass. These are very common here. Obviously engineered to keep traffic flowing. We're in downtown Iloilo on a Saturday afternoon after a whole week of heavy rain. Well, on and off showers, I would say. Typhoon Karina did more damage in Luzon, but here on Panay Island it was sort of off and on showers. I guess there was flooding here and there, but not nearly as bad as Manila and some other areas. But the last 2 days have been sunny, very hot, but still enjoyable. So we're going to traverse this pedestrian overpass, if you will. Very busy downtown here. Give you an idea of what the infrastructure is like here. You can see an arch further down. It's actually like a Chinatown Arch, if you will. You can see some vendors selling fruits. And we're going to be crossing the bridge. This is where we are, the city of Iloilo, Philippines, also known as the City of Love. There's a view. Again, very busy, very hot, and this is the view of the other side. So the building you see in the off distance, that's the Provincial Capitol building of Iloilo. I was here back in December, late December 2018. It was all lit up with Christmas lights, very picturesque, very beautiful. Obviously the electrical grid infrastructure is a lot different than what we're used to in the US. Some local signage. It's almost like walking in a subway tunnel. Very steep. I think the slope here is probably a little too steeper than what we're used to, especially in inclement weather, but the concrete is a little more grainy, which helps obviously during the rain. So we're on our way to the Esplanade. I've shot some previous video there in Molo where we're staying, but I wanted to capture what it looks like here downtown. And I'll get some more stats on the Esplanade. Excuse us. Esplanade. Ooh. Minecraft Review and Training Center. There's an old building that was built in 1967. Most of the buildings here have dates at the crown, on the crown of the building, showing when they were built. Common in most cultures. But I always look up, I'm always curious to see. So here's an interesting sort of mosaic, if you will. To the far left, you see an old Spanish style structure. Here in the middle looks probably built in the 80s. And then the building I just showed you, built in 67. Buildings come up and go down with the times, just like everywhere. Sorry.
Dai.
Tricycle. Okay, so we made it to the Esplanade. We're gonna do a walk around here. Okay, Krasna. There's a cool sign of the Esplanade. Can we go the other way? My heart belongs in Iloilo. This is a sign sponsored by the rum company Tandwai. Do we go the other side? I wanted to go down. Yeah. I want to go. Okay, guys. It'll be brief. I want to like check out some new areas. It's breezy. So this is the street we just came down. Yep, up and around, yep. See a lot of guys fishing here. And as I discovered, some of the guys that are fishing, they're actually fishing for fresh crab, freshwater crab. Although the water here is very brackish. Shade break. The boat club, huh? That's probably where those guys took their boat from, remember?
No. We want you to walk in front.
Okay, yeah. So continuing down the Esplanade. My first trip to the Philippines was back in 2007. And between mid-August and mid-October. And so towards the end of my trip, at the time my fiance slash girlfriend, we flew from Manila to Iloilo just for the weekend. Some nice artwork. Artist Teresa Magbuana. Anyway, First time here was in 2007. And a lot has changed in 17 years. That weekend, I remember so clearly. It was a rainy weekend, my first weekend here. Spent a lot of time inside at my wife's mother's house. And but that Sunday morning, we flew back to Manila that Sunday evening. That Sunday morning, it had stopped raining. So we were finally able to go outside and walk around. But it was really quiet. And, you know, Manila is highly densely populated. So my first impression of the Philippines was just wanted to show you guys some of the basketball courts here, the side courts. I would say basketball is the number one sport here in the Philippines. So anyway, my wife and I walked down this very street. It was so quiet, there was no one around. I mean, yeah, it was a Sunday morning, but still, I even asked my wife, I'm like, where is everyone? It was like a ghost town. Now, 17 years later, Iloilo is just going through a huge economic renaissance. There's a lot of growth here, a lot of investing from foreign companies. This place is really booming. And yeah, it's pretty busy. I love being near the water. There's a little breeze here. I mean, it's very mainit. Mainit means hot, but there is a subtle breeze, which is nice. There's another street. And off in the distance, you can't really see it. My camera doesn't have that zoom capability. But the Central Market is way down there. That's where the University of Iloilo is. And that's the Central Market, hon, way down. See those? Yeah. No, I know. I just a point of reference for my viewers. So yeah, we've been here 1 week tomorrow, and definitely getting a feel for how the city's laid out and being able to identify certain geographical markers like the Central Market that's currently being transformed, under construction. I'm excited to see when we come back what that end result will be. Yeah, it's nice here. There's some it's a big ship over there. Can't see the flag. It's a Philippine ship. I can see the Filipino flag. There's another boat there. This river actually, so long story short, there's been a lot of restoration here on the Iloilo River. They've done a lot of cleanup here. That's probably why there's a lot of fishermen. The fish have come back. Not that they ever left, but probably catching more fish than they had previously. So we're coming up. You can see off in the distance is a grandstand, and that's really one of the central pillars of the Dinagyang Festival, which occurs in early to mid-January here in Iloilo. Hello. So yeah, our goal is to come back here for that festival, maybe in a couple years. Again, way off in the distance is the University of Iloilo, so we were down there a couple days ago. We had chicken at a place called Rawits, R-A-W-I-T-S. Coming up here on the pavilion, I wanted to show you guys. So this is one of the more traditional boats that you'll see here. I've taken some of these boats over to Guimaras in 2018. And I think this style of boat goes back to pre-European, right? These are the boats that are common here. This style of boat goes way back before the Spanish came. So when the Spanish arrived, they probably saw this style of boat. Pretty cool. Coming up here, so over to my right, this is called the Bureau of Customs, Port of Iloilo, which makes sense. They're right kind of near the port. Here's a more modern craft. Nice looking boat here with the Philippines flag. 3 diesel outboards. Sure this thing gets around pretty smoothly. Coming up on the grandstand. So traffic isn't as bad as what we just experienced downtown. It's kind of nice. And I want to give you guys, so off in the distance it's looking pretty gray. Again, it's rainy season here, so just like in the US when it's summertime and we get these Bermuda highs, and heat and humidity really spawns thunderstorms. Seeing a lot of that here this week, but not overwhelming. I mean, it's nice. I kind of enjoy the overcast skies. Keeps us cool. There's usually a breeze. It's actually better than just straight sun. I mean, it gets really hot here. Mainit means hot in Tagalog. So here's the grandstand. And again, this is one of the central pillars of the Dinagyang Festival. I've yet to see the Dinagyang, but I know they different parade units, if you will, parade by here, and there's judging and lots of percussion and colorful costumes. The festival is one of the most famous in the Philippines and of the world. So we're excited to see that. Again, probably in a couple of years, hopefully. So continuing down the Esplanade. And so you can see off in the distance there's a boat turning the corner. This part of the river is kind of curvy. It's not a straight shot. I'll end it over there with that statue. So I just guys wanted to show you this big boat here, the Captain John B. Lutson. It's pretty big, one of the bigger boats I've seen here so far. We're gonna cross the street. Shall we follow the paint line, or let's cross at the paint, or just here? Yeah. So we're gonna cross the street here. Gonna end this video shortly. I really just wanted to show the Esplanade. So again, crossing, you got to be super careful. There's tricycles, motorcycles riding quickly. Just have to be fast. Okay. Crossing. I'm not going to walk out in front of a car. So I wanted to show you this last statue of Nicholas Looney. The verbiage, not sure what it says, but and I'll read the plaque to you. In memory of Nicholas Looney of Plymouth, England, who was Her Majesty's Vice Consul in this port, died April 22nd, 1869, age 43, so a very young guy. From England, interestingly from Plymouth, England. Okay, so we just crossed over and shooting a special on this banya tree, which I find very fascinating. I love these trees, and this one actually is a great representation of how fascinating these trees are. Check out the root system. There's a family here. I love the root system here. Hi, hello, hello. Very cool. Okay, coming up on another banya tree. I want to get as many examples as I can of this one. The only thing that I find disheartening about these trees is just the amount of trash that people put inside them. But I want to again show you the complex root structure. Sometimes it's almost scary to look in here, and so the locals have different beliefs about these trees, that weird spirits, dark spirits live in these and hang out in these, and I can see why. I mean, they are kind of scary, but from an ecological perspective, very fascinating. And I know my old botany professors would really appreciate it, and they would certainly appreciate me filming it and sharing it with you guys, so very cool. Just gonna keep rolling here. Not sure what this place is to the left, but whatever it is, it's very old. Definitely needs some work. Okay, this is actually very cool. So we've managed to arrive here at one of the more famous plazas here in Iloilo. This is the City Hall, Iloilo City Hall. Very nice structure, pretty big, and different from the Provincial Capitol that I've shown before. This is City Hall, the seal of the city. I'll try to zoom in for that, just so you can get a feel. Looks like it's going to be rehabilitated. There's a sign over here. This is looks like a World Heritage Site, potentially. Iloilo, City of Gastronomy, UNESCO, member of the Creative Cities Network. Again, last trip here, I came here at night, and there are banya trees here all around. I love parks. Some music playing in the background. Just gonna do a quick walk around, show you guys. It's actually nice and cool here. There's some trees keeping it cool. Music's coming out of this church to my left, and I'll show you that in a second. Looks like it's called San Jose Catholic Church. So it is Saturday. I'm actually going to peek in. Here to my left, there's an old Spanish style building. I'll talk more about it when I get over here when it's not so loud. I know you couldn't see what I could see, but deep in the church there was actually a couple getting married. So congratulations to the new couple. Beautiful church to get married in. And I believe on the other side of this particular statue if I remember correctly, this is a statue of Jose Rosal, the national hero of the Philippines. Very common to see his statue in most plazas, so I want to give you sort of a breakdown here. Plaza Libertad essentially translates to Plaza of Liberty, which is really personified by Jose Rosal. So walking up the steps here, there he is, Jose. So if you get a chance, I recommend reading about Jose Rosal. I've read 2 or 3 books on him myself. He's definitely one of my heroes. I'm not going to go on and on about him, but one of the first ophthalmologists in Asia. Hi, hello. And so first ophthalmologist, author, he wrote many famous books, 2 in particular that helped inspire the Philippine Revolution. He traveled a lot, traveled all over the world. Just an amazing guy, really. And essentially, you know, he was pro-science. I mean, he was an ophthalmologist, but a true universalist. That's what I get out of Jose Rosal, is that he was a truth seeker of his time. He was a revolutionary person. He was nonviolent. And he was assassinated by the Spanish in 1898. I'd like to dig in as to why. I don't really know. But truly a revolutionary guy. And I think is probably, in terms of being a national hero, because he was such a believer in education, universal enlightenment. I mean, all his core values can be applied in any culture as far as I'm concerned. So I love Jose. Love this plaza. Obviously it would be really cool to be here at night when it's all lit up. And maybe we'll come back here at night sometime. People bring their kids here. Again, there's a lot of trees, so it's nice. It's cooler. Nice breeze here because we're close to the river. So you get different airflows, different air currents. So pretty cool shot here of Rosal in the foreground and the city hall in the background. And I'm not sure what the statue is at the top of City Hall, but still pretty cool. Really a nice mix of trees. You have coconut trees mixed with the banyan trees and other species. There's birds singing. It's pretty quiet here for Saturday. So guys, I'm gonna end this section here. But one final shot of Jose with the San Jose Catholic Church in the background. Kind of ironic. I mean, Jose was very critical of the Catholic Church, as you would read in his works. But a beautiful place to be in the city on a hot Saturday.